Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Stationeers. I suppose we'll be starting a fresh series today. We've had a big influx of people recently, a lot of people interested in hard space, a lot of people asking about space engineers, so Stationeers should be on your radar. This game is pretty fantastic, and it's just had a huge update called the Level 1 update. It's introducing a whole lot of cool stuff. I think like rockets and all that is now in the creative branch, so there's still very early stuff, but if you want to play with that, that's sort of one of the early promises that this game, a lot of people have been waiting to really see. That's not necessarily going to be the focus of what we're here, because we like to do survival. It's had a whole bunch of things added. Off the top of my head, insulated radiation pipes, or I should just say insulated pipes, which is godsend. If you asked me for one thing in this game, it would be that. Having said that, you can get an iPad with 2 chip slots. I would also want that, so I'm glad that that's been added. And, what was the other one? They have like a reverse electrolysis machine. I think essentially you can manufacture fuel. So I suppose you'd pipe in different I was going to say gases, but it'd be more like ice. Oh, no, probably the gas actually, but we'll see. Anyway, we're going to start fresh. I'm going to go New World. Now, I usually would do the defaults. The only problem is I'm not certain. It didn't say anywhere in the patch notes. The research system I really enjoy, but it's only been introduced in the last patch. So we're going to turn research on. And you know what? We'll probably just go Mars. The previous playthrough was cool. We got, to say it lightly, sidetracked on the turbine fun. You can always go back and have a look at that. Trying to essentially make a turbine work on this game. Not really fantastic as far as the experiment. Well, I mean, it's an experiment, you know. You can't win, you can't always win and lose on either side. So we're just going to do this preset Mars, enter name, or I don't know. That seems like a good name. Creative mode. We're going to turn creative mode off. We'll leave all these as default. World seed, yeah, that's fine. Oh wow, you can mess with the... Oh, pollution? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Cool. It's had a huge UI overhaul, all sorts of cool stuff. Has lava? Probably not, no. But we put in, where is it? Research on. Cool. All right, let's go. So yeah, this is one of my favorite games for sure. It's finicky. It'll be interesting to see how it goes with the new UI, for sure. But it's a great little game. If you want some more advanced sort of tutorial stuff, check out Sadamo De Beers. He's a good bloke. I've had a good few chats with him in the past. We keep meaning to make videos together, but we're both busy. But he's a bit more of an expert. I'm a bit more of an idiot let loose. So I mean, your flavor, your taste will vary. Wow, okay, they really have changed the UI. Look at that, all down the bottom right now. That's cool. I like it. Sweet. All right, let's get started. So some of you, this will be very new. What we want to do is we have some very basic survival components, which is obviously breathing and food. We've got some food with us, but we need to get a food manufactory up as soon as possible. Of course, it's the last one. It literally is the last one that I opened. So, iron frames are to get the base sort of going, right? So I'll do something like this. Where's the sun? There. Okay. We'll do something like this just to get the ball rolling. Apparently they've overhauled all the audio as well, so you can sort of tell with that as well. Oh man, I'm liking this UI. This is sexy. All right. Get rid of this tracker, we don't need that. Right. I'll swap out this. So you've got a left and right hand sort of UI that you use. Pull up my little tool belt with my little oxyacetylene welder thing. And then you put iron plates in your other hand, you turn the welder on, and then you can weld these shut. We don't need them airtight, we just need them solid so we can actually walk on them and build on them. And this is sort of your basic construction block in this game, alright? So we'll turn that off. Cool. Probably getting solar power up as soon as possible is a big deal. Where is the solar panel? Scrubber, generator, air conditioner. Of course it's not in there. Oh, solid generator. Wait, what? Didn't we just... Portable generator. Portable generator. Okay. I don't actually use the generators too much, to be perfectly honest. There's our solar panel there. Same thing. Our inventory is a little bit busy, so I'm just going to try and move it around. Inventory management is a thing in this. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's something you have to sort of work on. What I might do is... Yeah, let's do it like that. We'll do it like this, and then we'll get a power controller. I might even put down 2 for the moment. And we'll put it like, yeah, because the sun's going along that arc. That's cool. That's fine. So we'll turn that around. That way, we'll have them piggyback. Because it's all good and well having a functional solar panel, but it doesn't do you any good if you haven't got somewhere for the power to go. So this is essentially the closest thing to a battery storage, like hardwiring a battery that you're going to be able to get, right? So we'll do that. That probably needs glass. And that should be working now. And, excuse me, all we got to do is put some batteries in. I mean, we've got some here. Oh my god. Oh, I like the sounds. You turn that on. Now they're fully charged, so if I was drawing power, they'd be charging up. Blue just means full. So that's a really good sort of basic power setup just to get the ball rolling. One thing you'll do, you've got a spare wrench, which is handy to dedicate for this. You can change the facing of that. And you can, at a glance, it gives you an idea of the efficiency of the panel, you know? So there we go, it was doing about 86. So if we drop it with Q, we can just leave that there. And as required, we can face it towards the sun if we're drawing like too much power, basically. You want to obviously move to automating that at a certain point. And you can use like logic chips to do exactly that. That might be a little bit further down the track. And people get very triggered when I don't logic up early, because at the end of the day, as long as your power network can support what you're doing, it's not a big deal. All right, the next thing that you probably want to build is, well, solid generator would be handy, but that's a redundancy we don't really need, to be honest. Arc furnace. Arc furnace for sure. So we'll put this on the end. We'll keep this as like a dedicated walking path, I suppose. Yeah, we had it facing like that last time, I think, and that seemed fine. So let's do that. Essentially, you find ores and you can smelt them into bars. This is a single input furnace, essentially. So, you know, you put copper in, you get a copper bar. Later on, you can make more complicated furnaces, and that's when the game starts to really turn into a bloody science project, right? We don't want to obstruct the panel. At least we don't have a hill this time, which is nice. So I might actually... we might keep this workspace a little compact, actually. Oops. And then I like all the little buttons next to this is good. This is a good UI. I like it. Well done, Rocket Works. Okay, cool. Oh, I guess we could fill that one in. We might as well do it while we're here. Alright. Let's see. So, we've got the auto lathe down. And one of the first things that you're going to want to build, or your only real constructor, is the auto lathe. There are other types of building machines, and they will come, but this is the one that you start with. We'll do that. Oh, I didn't really pay attention to which one of those is. Oh, no, there you go. Power. It tells you. That's cool. Alright. Oh, okay. Good work, Brains Trust. Yeah, we'll do it like that. No, what are you doing? Did you not just learn from what just happened? I can't build the cable there, it's clipping, so. So let's do that. And then if you have the wire cutter in your other hand while you do this, you can do cool stuff like that, you know? Which I probably shouldn't have done it that way, but... Because you kind of do want to conserve your cable if you can help it. Because you have to make more. Alright. Welding torch and 2 iron sheets. We've done that dance before. Cable coil times 4. Welding torch and 2 plastic sheets. Okay, well. Let's get rid of one of these cartridges. I'll get rid of this bloody pill. Plastic sheets up top. Alright, and then a screwdriver just as the sort of icing on the cake. Yeah. Cool. So now we got our auto lathe going. So from here, we've got a couple of options. One would be, and that should have power as well. Perfect. Getting research up and running, because we're actually pretty tech locked at the moment. But the other thing is getting a grow room going as well. Right? Oh, they've moved. Okay, so they've moved the pressure readings and all that down to the bottom right. I'm used to it being up top left. You can see external pressure is 2 kPa. That's probably the biggest problem. You can see it next to my dude's big round bald melon, right? 2 kPa. You can't grow plants in that. The atmosphere is too thin. So we essentially have to make a grow room, which will need sunlight access. Let me see. We could probably do it like here. You know what I mean? Like along this line. It wouldn't be too obstructed. Yeah, that would actually work quite well. If my grow room is hypothetically this square there. Because one thing we discovered is heating the room up's not a problem. I mean, getting it past the critical heat of 14 degrees or whatever it is to get the plants going is fine. After that, those blokes will just cook themselves. They love it. We could always use a road flare to warm the room up pretty safely as well. Cooling it down's another whole story. That's fine. The reason I'm saying all these things is I'm trying to figure out what other pieces of equipment that I might need inside the grow room apart from the actual plants themselves. And we were using an air conditioning unit inside the airlock. So I'm pretty confident we're going to give it a go, but I think I can make a 1 square grow room with an adjoining airlock. Yeah, I think we can do that. So what we're going to need, sorry, for those that don't know what's going on, I apologize, but have to work it all out. We're going to get some wall kits. So these are a little bit different. The pressure resistance is a bit lower, but you can also make composite windows out of them, which is exactly what we're trying to do here. A window there. Window there. And because the sun's pretty much on a fixed axis, that's all that really matters, right? To be perfectly honest, we could make that back wall over there an iron wall. In fact, we might as well. There's no reason for it because the sun's not going to get in through there. Oh, there's a large battery. Let's take that for a moment. What I want is door kits. Oh, exactly. That's what I'm looking straight at. Get that involved. Get that involved. Get rid of this battery. Alright, so we get the door kits going. Composite door you could do. Glass door you can see has like a wider sort of frame, berth, whatever you'd like to call it. So we're going to do that just to make life a little bit easier. Can I? put them like on a corner like so. Oh, bugger. I was kind of hoping I'd be able to, you know what I mean? Like have a corner airlock. That's okay. We'll just do it like this. That's fine. All right, cool. And, oh, did I put the bloody wall kits back, did I? Because we're going to need them for the airlock. I used to build my airlocks out of frames, but that's because you couldn't build like units for air cycling onto walls. I believe you can now. We'll find out, I suppose. Okay, so what we found last time is if I have one active vent, that's enough. Active vent, there you go. So, it's not going to be like a full cycle, but you'll see. Maybe we put it on this side. We'll do something like that. That's so good. Okay, so essentially, this takes a power input and a pipe input, and it can suck and blow, essentially. You choose the direction, you choose on and off. That's what the switches do. And with that, we should be able to regulate this room fairly well. At least in its most... It's probably the most simple way I can think of. Oops. Come on. Oh, you had it. There we go. Nice. So this should have power. I was going to test it, but it should be fine. Now, what we're going to do here with the piping network, because you can see during the night it gets quite cold, negative 75 degrees. So this will be sealed. This room will be sealed and at a nice temperature, but potentially needing cooling, getting too hot. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach a pipe here to hold pressure, basically. So we suck in air and we leave this door open and we let the air in there radiate, or, you know, there's a heat exchange through the pipe and the atmosphere, and that will cool it. And then we can potentially pump that cooled air into that room. It works. It works quite well, actually. I guess the only thing is you just got to make sure that your pipe's long enough, which you could adjust. There's no real reason for us to limit the length of it, actually, now that I think about it. Now, I believe pipes and power lines can cross each other if they do it at right angles. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, okay, so that's just a little something to get the ball rolling. And then we'll, I might as well place that hydroponics kit in. This is the most sort of compact time, like, I'm trying to make it compact, obviously, but I've never really done this like this before. But yeah, if you're new to this game and you're trying to do survival mode, getting food up and running as soon as possible is big, because if you don't know what you're doing, you're, now we don't need a scrubber, no. If you don't know what you're doing, you could be in a lot of trouble because it can take a while to conceptualize and get the ball rolling, sort of thing. Alright, cool. And we need to put water into this. So this is sort of like a little portable IKEA job to get us going. We start with a little bit of water. Now, water's basically infinite in this game unless they change it. Alright, so now we have a machine. We're going to put the seeds in the top, right? They've got water. They're going to have light through the completed frames. The only other thing is, I guess, the composition of the atmosphere, but fortunately Mars's natural atmosphere is fine for growing. And the pressure. Pressure's the thing on this particular planet that'll get you. Alright, so I'm going to need glass. Oh, iron sheets first. Oh, come on. There we go. Let's just do the lap, seeing as it's being difficult. Now, you thought I wasn't playing any more Stationeers, eh? I mean, granted, hard space is going gangbusters on the channel. We're having a lot of fun with that, for sure. But I still remember my roots, and I still do love Stationeers. And hopefully, if anything, this is just going to bring a larger audience to a really cool game. Installing these is such a pain in the ass. Have I not done the sheet? Oh, stuff it. I mean, we got a jetpack, so... Oh, for a hot second there. There we go. Alright, so we've done all the way around. We'll do this and we'll just seal the bottom in airtight. I do realise that I'm probably moving a little bit faster than I normally would. We've definitely started over like this before a couple of times, so... In fact, the very first series that I did, it was slow, but it was an adventure, you know. It's good fun, actually. I see an issue with that. Oh, it's not the end of the world. You can see that you can access the pipes from the reverse side. That's fine. Because if we were building onto one of these blocks, you'd be able to see the pipes. But that's fine. We can see it on the reverse side. That's cool. Now, what do we need? Plastic sheet. And a welding torch. Also, further down the track, we're going to have to come up with a way to make our own oxy for torch fuel, but that's not so bad, to be perfectly honest. 2 glass sheets. Oh, and a crowbar. Okay. Nice. And then we force it open. For the rookies, for the newbies, do not wire in your you can put power into them, so you can have like a powered panel. Don't do it. It draws so much power. That until you've got like a robust power sort of grid, there's no need to do it. It's a lot of risk. Especially on what this is essentially an emergency hydroponics room, you know? I wouldn't wire the doors in until you built a proper standard hydroponics room. Like, this is all basic survival stuff so we don't die. Alright? So essentially the plan will be, this door is closed, crowbar, right? Cool. We're out here. We potentially like set inward, turn on. There we go. We start building up some pressure in them pipes. Start sucking in some air. But like there is so little air because it's 2 kPa. It's gonna be slow work, right? All right. But like just to demonstrate the concept, cool. Okay, cool. We've got stuff in there. Nice. Boom. We open up. Reverse flow. We drain out those pipes. Yeah. Oh, we're going to get the pressure up fairly quickly actually at this rate. Because it's such a small space that I'm working with. Cool. So it's at 10 kPa there anyway, so we'll close that, right? We'll keep this air because essentially it's going to have a nice warm profile that we want to preserve. So we basically just reverse flow, drain until external is at 0. Cool. And then I guess we can draw more in. Wow, we're going to hit pressure a lot quicker than I thought. 14 degrees is what we need. Pressure-wise, I can't actually remember. Let's try that. Hmm. 16 kPa? Might not be enough. I get a feeling we might have to hit 20. But I can't be certain. That's cool. Alright, so we'll inward. So this is obviously, you know, a fiddly system, but it's a low power system as well. We'll continue to draw through there. But because we've made it so small, I'm going to experiment with, what will we use? We use a potato. We like the potatoes. Potatoes are bloody invincible. Oh, that'll do. We also got to bear in mind that there is a pressure threshold about 150 kPa of all of this. So we don't want to overdo it too much.
Power low.
Oh, listen to that flowing air sound. Oh, look at that. 14 degrees and 25 kPa. Oh, we're laughing. Absolutely laughing. I might actually be able to just get this growing straight away. Potato is wilting. It might actually just be a tiny bit too cold is what's going on there. It could be the pressure. I'm not certain. No, it's at 25. I think it might be the temperature. That's okay. We're gonna... I wish I was a bit more organized here. We'll do this. How do I... There you go, look, that's all it needed. So we'll close that before it gets too warm. Oh, and I just let out all the spare air. Shit. That could have gone better. Alright. That could have gone much better. Hang on. Oh, this is like my road flare pack. Oh, I'm carrying the flare around in my hand still. Ah, okay, cool. Set inward. On. We're going to need to build up a whole bunch more pressure because I just lost all that pressure then. That one little potato's growing alright though, which is cute. Alright. It's a shame. But it's all a bit of a process. Turn that off. Well, there we go. That's all worked out fine. So... there we go, all the potatoes are happy. It's very warm in here though because I'm still holding this bloody flare. Set inward. Alright. So, then we can piss that off basically. So that's good. That's not a bad start. We will have to regulate the heat a little bit, and which means probably drawing in some more cold. What I'll do is, like, we're running out of time now, but what I'll do is I'll get the iPad out and I will put the atmospheric analyzer in, and then we can analyze these pipes, which are holding essentially our sort of our coolant delivery payload. and we'll be able to get an idea of how cold or hot it is in there, and then potentially use that to sort of regulate this room by a bit of a back and forth push-pull with that sort of atmosphere. But yeah, not a bad little start. Pretty compact. The most compact one I've done so far, I think. My suit power is running out, but we'll deal with that on the next one, and we'll just swap out the battery. But yeah, team, welcome back. It's good to be back on it. This new update's going to be an absolute banger. Like I said, we haven't really had a chance to showcase much other than the UI, but that's fine. We'll get to that on the next episodes, I think. Team, thanks again for joining me. We might just leave it there for the time being. I'll catch you guys on the next one.